now it's so expensive to grade cards.
Yeah, that's another thing. So, like you were saying, PSA, they've been around the longest. They're like the gold standard. Like everybody knows them, everybody trusts them. But last year because of COVID COVID 2020, it exploded the hobby, right? Which is why I kind of got back into it.
Yep.
And what happened is you had thousands and millions, actually millions of cards being sent to PSA, and they were not ready for this type of volume, right? Like they're, basically everything 10x'd, right?
Yeah.
The volume. So PSA didn't have enough graders. They didn't have enough staff. They just weren't used to they weren't ready for this type of volume. And so they just shut down.
They said no more.
Yeah, they said no more cards, and it just kind of flipped the industry on its head. And then all of a sudden, all the business went to BGS and all the other companies, and they couldn't handle it, so they had to double and triple their prices. So basically, if you can't grade your card, you're not going to get the full value for the card, and if you can't get a PSA graded card or a BGS, or there's new companies like HGA, you're not going to get that 5 to 10x value. So I don't know. You haven't been able to grade cards with PSA, but it makes
me sad because I have some cards. Like I have a box full and an ETB box, the Elite Trainer boxes you get.
Oh, yeah.
I have a box full of cards in there that I want to get graded, and I'm just waiting until it's not like $250 for one card. I'm like, okay, I'll just wait for you, PSA.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't make sense because when it was $10 and you had let's say you had a card that's worth like $10 raw, and you paid $10 to get it graded, and now you can sell for $100. Well, that's actually, or now it's worth $100. That's actually a good. That's economically a good thing, right? But let's say you have a card that's worth $10, and you pay, like you said, $250. You pay $25, $30, $75. I mean, and it's worth $100. Like that doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah,
so,
you're just losing money. Yeah,
now you're losing money. So the hobby's just completely been crazy. And I was going back to my story. I pulled a Burrow RPA out of 149 on card, by the way, and that's what that means. So RPA means autograph card, right? And on card means that the player autographed the actual card.
Yeah.
Because nowadays they have players autographing stickers, and then the machine just puts the sticker on the card, right? But when the player autographs the actual physical card, that makes it worth more money.
Yes.
Right? So this was an actual on-card autograph. Joe Burrow was the biggest, the big story, number one overall pick, right, to the Cincinnati Bengals. So I pulled his autograph, and then I pulled a Patrick Mahomes a downtown insert, which is super rare. So both those cards sold for $1,500 each within the first big crazy, whatever. And I was struggling because I was like, man, do I sell them? Because I mean, shoot, I invested $800 and I was sold both for $3,000. That's a pretty good profit. Yeah. But then I was like, you know what? They're quarterbacks. Mahomes is already proven to be the next baby goat, right?
Yeah.
So his cards are only going to go up if,
True.
If you're thinking long term, right? And as a collector, I don't want to get rid of a card that I know is going to, number one, he's great. He's one of the greats. I think he has potential to be Hall of Fame, right? He's already won a Super Bowl, you know? And then Burrow, who I believe a lot in Burrow, he's also a quarterback. And the funny thing, Pokemon's actually better. If you're going to get into collecting, by the way, Pokemon will probably be better than sports, unless you're just a big sports fan, because they hold value longer.
Yeah, definitely.
Like Pokemons don't get injured.
They don't kind of go down a hill of maybe not being the greatest.
Yeah.
Not meeting their expectations.
Exactly. They don't lose confidence.
Yeah.
They don't get involved into scandals,
Yep.
So, they hold value, and it's a big franchise, right? But so I didn't sell, and now they're going for about 1,000. So, I mean, that's a big difference, right?
Yeah.
But this is still raw, not even graded.
Yeah. I mean, I think a good at least when I'm looking at it, it's either once you pull it, you sell right away, or you just hold on to it and like maybe even years just holding on to that, and then eventually get it graded, and you'll definitely make a profit. But it's just if you have that patience.
Yeah.
Like you see people that held on to like even the Pokemon cards, like people held on to those boxes of like base set or first edition or whatever. They're selling for like $22,000.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's wild. So if you have the patience, just like hold on, and then 10 years down the road or whatever, it's like boom, you're gonna be like rolling in money